Pardon my intrusion and trust that my words come from a place of kindness and curiosity. Hasn't the self always been the true driver of humanity? Every thought you've had, every action you've taken, every experience you've lived, hasn't it all originated from within? Look at the world for a moment. Isn't every action, every choice ultimately an attempt to satisfy the self? Even when we do something for others, isn't it still about us? Perhaps it's the joy we feel in giving, the relief of avoiding guilt, or the satisfaction of aligning with our values. But the self, in one form or another, remains at the center. Now imagine this. If I were to conjure up a world perfect for me, wouldn't that world inevitably subtract something from you? My version of perfection, no matter how carefully crafted, would collide with yours. Because I, and we are all rooted in the self. Each of us looking out from behind our eyes, convinced that our perspective is the center of the universe. And here's the paradox. The focus has always been on self, not on you or me as separate entities, and certainly not on unity. But perhaps unity isn't about erasing the self. Maybe it's about realizing that the self doesn't end where your body does. What if the boundaries of the self were an illusion, and your joy and my joy were not separate after all? You see, unity isn't something to be achieved. It's something to be remembered. The self isn't solitary. It's part of a greater whole. And maybe, just maybe, when we stop clinging to my and mine, we'll rediscover the truth that's been here all along. The self is not apart from the world. It is the world. I'm just the messenger. Pharaoh. B.